Hello, this is Steve Carter of SafeLivingToday.com. In this video, you are going to learn how to identify convicted sex offenders who are living, working in your community, and indeed may live in your neighborhood. Why does this matter? Well, there are nationwide in the United States more than 800,000 convicted sex offenders. Not all sex offenders who have been convicted are, in fact, dangerous or recidivists. Unfortunately, those who are do not hang a sign around their neck that reads, "I am going to be a repeat offender." From a strategic point of view, the only thing that makes sense is for us to steer clear of people who are convicted sex offenders, and that means steer clear of them in our day-to-day lives, and particularly steer clear of them online. The tool that we'll be using to identify these offenders is the National Sex Offender Public website, which is hosted by the United States Department of Justice. Let's have a go at getting right into this website, and we'll walk you through a search, and then you can use this tool to help you stay safe. Here we are on the nsopw.gov website. Incidentally, you can, of course, put the direct URL address in, which is www.nsopw.gov, or you can go to Google and simply enter the search term National Sex Offender Database, and this website will be on the first page of the results. I'd like to call your attention to a couple of items. First, the mobile app information. We are not going to be talking about the mobile app here, but I encourage you, if you have a smartphone, to download the app and to use it. It's a very, very powerful, useful tool. You'll always have the information literally at your fingertips about sex offenders wherever you go. Moving off to the right, you'll see the quick search field, and you search by first name and last name. The challenge here is that if the name is common, the chances are you are going to get a whole lot of hits on that search, because this site searches all databases in all 50 states, in the tribal nation sex offender databases, and our territories. The more likely resource that you'll use on a regular basis is the link that is below that National Offender Quick Search field. You'll notice the public registry sites field, and there's a map of the U.S. Simply click on that map, and you'll come to yet another map. And here you'll select the state where you're living, where you're going to school, where you're traveling. And then I will simply select Maryland because that's where I happen to be. And you'll notice up in the upper right, the state results are coming up, and there's a link to the Maryland database. So I simply click on that link, and here I am at the Maryland Comprehensive Registered Sex Offender website. For your state, this page will be different. It'll be unique for your state or your tribe or your territory, but they will all work about the same. I want to get right to the search, so I hit the I have read, and then I want to search the registry. There will be a disclaimer that comes up, and I simply click through that. And here we are at the Public Safety and Correctional Services database search page. So you'll notice I can search by a particular address, and I can determine a radius of information for sex offenders from a quarter mile away from that address, a half, all the way up to 5 miles. I can search information for an entire county. I can go to a zip code. I can search by name of a particular individual. Higher education refers to schools, colleges, universities, and so forth. So let's just put in a zip code here, and we'll put in Catonsville, Maryland, and you'll notice the information immediately comes up for sex offenders living in a zip code in Maryland, 21228. You will see this information blurred out on the individuals in this video, but when you're actually on the site, you will see all of the information, such as a photograph, their home address, where they're working, dates of birth, and all kinds of other information, including the type of offense that they committed. If I scroll all the way down on this page, you'll notice that in this zip code alone, there are 78 convicted sex offenders. If I want information about a specific sex offender, I can hit View Details. That will result in specific information such as conviction information, of course, their name and so forth, address, conviction information, custody supervision information, registration, demographic information, date of birth, and a lot of other information, including in their vehicle that they're operating. So there you have it. Very good information about the offenders living, working in your community. And again, we do want to steer clear of these people, both in our daily lives and, of course, online. So let's have a look at exactly what I suggest we do from this point forward. What do I recommend? This database changes literally by the day. I recommend that you search the sexual offender database on a regular basis because new offenders are being added, and you do want to keep up with any predators, sex offenders who are living, working in your community, in your neighborhood, and indeed perhaps on your street. Check at www.nsopw.gov, or if you're only interested in your particular state, go ahead and bookmark that site and return to it on a regular basis. If you have a smartphone, I recommend that you download and use the mobile app. That way you can always check in areas that you're visiting, shopping, working, going to school, and you'll be up to date with the latest information literally in real time. I suggest that you visit our website at safelivingtoday.com and subscribe to our podcast. The podcast is dedicated to sharing strategies to keep you safe as you go about your daily life, and we're going to have a lot of great information, and already do have great information in previous episodes of that podcast. If you have questions or comments, love to hear from you. Please email me at safelivingtoday@gmail.com. So with that, I'll encourage you to please stay safe, stay well, and stay blessed.